Hi all, welcome to the Tokenomics design playlist. In this video, we're covering 3 best practices to keep in mind when approaching your tokenomics design. As a brief reminder, this video is educational purposes only. It's not legal, financial, technical, or investment advice. So as a reminder, this is the introduction to our step-by-step process. And right now we're covering 3 best practices to follow and keep in mind when you're designing your tokenomics. Those 3 best practices are to use comps, use comparables, innovate in the right areas, and optimize for resiliency instead of optimizing, for example, for just higher price or number go up. Use comps. What do I mean by comps? I don't mean Compound, the DeFi protocol. I mean comparables. Both TradFi and tech outside of crypto use comparables for things like market research, product strategy, and valuing companies. For example, if you wanted to know how to build or value an electric car company, you would look at comparables. You would look at Rivian and Tesla as comps. What have they done to go to market? What did they do in their product? How much are they worth per their unit of revenue? The same thing is true for building and valuing a new DeFi protocol. That's why apps like DeFi Llama list valuation metrics like market cap to TVL. You don't want to mix comps though. For example, comparing the TVL of an automated market maker who makes its revenue from trading activity to a yield aggregator who primarily makes its revenue from TVL might not be appropriate, right? Because there's different drivers to the value of those 2 different types of products. So at the end of the day, you want to pick the right comps, pick relative comps, read the right papers, research them, and learn from their mistakes. And this is a lesson from traditional, non-crypto approaches that works just as well in crypto. The second step, or the second best practice to keep in mind, is to innovate in the right areas. You want to be innovative and creative when it comes to use cases and utility, incentive mechanisms, governance models, the actual technology itself, how your product creates value for users and the protocol captures that value. At the same time, you actually want to avoid standing out too much when it comes to things like legal and regulatory structures, right? You don't want to do something that is highly unusual from a regulatory lens. You don't want to do something that accrues value to the token in a strange way that might put you at a higher chance of being classified as a security token. Profit sharing comes into that, right? You need to be careful about how financial benefits of your token are dealt with. And the same thing for token allocation and token vesting, right? If the normal allocation to the team, for example, is 15% or 20%, and it normally vests over a number of years, and you have 50% of your token allocated to the team and it vests over 3 months, well, guess what, right? You're going to scare away your investors, you're going to scare away users, and you're potentially going to attract more regulatory attention than you would like, even if you're doing nothing wrong, you're complying with all the rules, you've gotten legal sign off and everything. So you want to solve new problems, but don't scare off users, token holders, and investors. You want to innovate in the right areas, but not be too unusual in best practice areas of things like norms for token allocation investing. Finally, you want to optimize for resiliency of your protocol and your tokenomics model. Ironically, many of the tokenomics models which optimize for just number go up, higher token price, ironically leads to a worse price in the long run. So it's kind of a self-defeating when you optimize purely for short-term, price go up. You need to be able to, your protocol needs to be able to survive and retain its fundamental value, even while your competitors explode in market crashes, natural periods of lower activity, lower usage, lower growth, and even malicious attacks on your token and your product. The Mango attack, for example, the Mango exploit was a matter of poor tokenomics, poor economic security. Other examples include Terra, which optimized growing the UST market cap, and as it grew compared to the market cap of Luna, it got actually less and less resilient. Olympus DAO is another example that optimized for growing its market cap and maximizing an unsustainable APY that was fueled by diverting the economic benefits of new investors inflowing capital directly into the hands of old investors. So optimizing for sound incentives, fundamentals, and resiliency leads to stronger outcomes than actually optimizing for just higher token price itself. And we can quickly look at a case study of Terra. You can see, for example, that this blue line, as the amount of UST in circulation, as the amount of market cap of UST increased, this blue line increased over time, which was the percent of UST backing of Luna price. And so as that approaches 100%, it's basically a 1-to-1. As it breaches 100%, Luna is insolvent. The system is insolvent. There's more UST than Luna backing it. And so you can see as UST got more popular and this blue line actually increased, it became more susceptible to being insolvent, not less. So that's not what you want to do. These are the 3 best practices to keep in mind. We'll talk about some mistakes in the next video. You can get more resources at these links, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.